Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge, longest palindromic by concatenating two-letter words. So as per this question, as I say that there are two-letter words and we are required to concatenate them. So the thing here would be, let us first read this question and after that about the constraint and then examples, and then we will be going ahead that how we are required to build up the intuition for the same and then coding part. So let us first read the question and let me zoom it out so that it is visible. Okay, so here's the part. So here you are given an array of string words. Each element of words consists of two lowercase English letters. Create the longest possible palindrome by selecting some elements from words and concatenating them in any order. Each element can be selected at most once. So the thing is that we are required to make a longest palindrome, but the thing here is that while making the longest palindrome, we are required to select any of the strings which are being given to us at most once. So that's one of the criteria which is given to us, and then return the length of the palindrome, means the longest palindrome that you can create. If it is possible, if it is impossible basically to create any palindrome, return 0. So impossible cases for a palindrome would be that there is no palindrome formed or it is empty string or something like that, right? So that we will be handling as the edge cases. And a palindrome is a string that reads the same forward and backward. See, from this question, we inferred two things. That first thing is that we are required with a palindrome, right? So we need to check about the properties of palindrome. The way it is formed means the front and the back both are equal, middle are same, right? So in that context, we are required to go ahead with the solution. And then it also says that we are required to return the longest possible palindrome, and at most we can select just one, what do we say? At most one time we can select any element. So now let us see the constraints for the same. So here you can see that word length could be one, means minimum one element would be present there. At most, it can go up to 10 raised to power 5. Then each word length means each string which will be present in that word's array, that would be having the length 2. And the word of I consists of only lowercase English letters. So this is the thing. And these are the constraints which are being given to us. So as per this, as it is 10 raised to power 5, so that's why we can go ahead with order of n solution and not with the order of n square. This we can't, but we can go ahead with this. And this is about like word of I dot length equal to 2. So that simply means that all of the words which are being present in this words array, that would be having that length equal to 2. Now let us go ahead with this question, means basically about the test cases which are given to us. So let us see the test cases which is being given to us here. There you can see that LC, CL, GG that is given to us, right? So LC and CL, you can clearly see that LC and CL are palindromes, right? And if we insert GG in between them, then whole of that will be a palindrome of length 6, right? So that's why it is our answer. Now how we can go ahead with the same? So either see, uh, either we can go ahead and iterate each of the word which is being there, right? And for after checking that each of the word, then what we can go ahead is that if this word is present and if its reverse is also present in this words, right? So what we can do, then we can increase the length of our palindrome as equal to 4. And like this only we can check in the whole word. That would be the thing. And other thing would be there this GG. This GG won't be having any other word which is present in our words, right? And still it is a palindrome, right? So in that context, we will be also checking, means this acts as an edge case only, that if some word is present like this, because all the words which are being there, they all have two lengths. So we can easily check, so we can easily check that if the words which are present there, if they are equal, means character between them are equal, then we will be adding this also in our answer. Means 2 for this will be added in our answer. And for this, 4 would be added to our answer. 2 for this first one and 2 for this second one. So this would be the thing which we will be going ahead for the same. And now comes the part like if we have already counted for the same, that this thing was already present here, then we are also required to remove the same. Because see, there could be some test case like this AB, BA, and then say AB and then BB, right? So we have already checked for this AB, BA, right? So in this thing only, if we don't remove this BA, then it will also check for this AB, right? But this palindrome would be something like this only, means AB and BA, and we don't require this extra one. So that's why we are required to remove whatever pair we have already counted towards our answer. So this is somehow the overview sort of thing. Means the thing is like here, because we are required to check for the palindrome. So first we are checking whatever word is there and its reverse is present in this or not. That we are checking first. And if it is not present, then we are simply going to add that to our auxiliary space so that we can check in towards the future that if we encounter that particular or not. So that's the thing. And regarding this particular GG, this is already a edge case we will be handling. So now let us go ahead with the coding part for the same. As I mentioned that we will be using some auxiliary space. And we already know that there are English letters only, right? So accordingly we can use our auxiliary space. So here I'm using vector of vector int and let me say it as MP only. Since it is moreover acting like a map only, that's why 26 comma vector of int and again the size which would be there 26, and at the starting we are keeping it as 0 only. Now we will be pick up each string from our words and we will be adding that up into our this MP. So for string we are picking up, right? String W in our words, and after picking that string from a word, first thing which we are required to do is we will be first checking um, that if this particular word is present in our MP or not. That's the first thing which we are required to check. So not this word but the reverse of this word. So here we will be forming a new word. Let us take it as reversed underscore W, which will be equal to whatever W is there, right? So that's 0 part we will be making as 1, and it's 1 part we will be making at 0. So that's the thing we will be going ahead for this reverse word, or mm, yeah, or we can directly store it. What I was thinking was that directly I can check in the same. But because the format of this particular would be something like this, means whatever digit which is there means 1 which is there and then again 1, and corresponding to that we will be storing uh, that it is present then 1, else it would be 0. So in that scenario only, now let us first store this in this MP of RW which is being given to us here. Hmm, Little confused that how we can go ahead with the same. So either what I can do is like just directly store it. NP of um, if we are having this W, right, which we are taking here. Okay, because earlier we would have done like this, but let us map first about this approach only. Means rather than taking that word, either if we take uh, means whatever string which is being stored there, that we take, and the word letters, because there are only two letters and corresponding to that two letters only, if we go ahead and check then how it could be. So in that sense also we can go ahead. So rather than going ahead with this form, E of the unit, this is how confusion comes in. And I'm trying to do stop stream. I can't stream literally. So let me do it now only. Okay, let us go ahead with the same things. Hmm. So words, right? W of 1 minus A and W of 0 minus A. We are basically making whatever character is being stored there, that we are marking it as index, and then we are checking that if reverse of this particular is present or not. That's why I've mentioned it is starting, although we won't be using this, but just for some easiness, if this thing is present, means if we write like this, that simply represents that one is there, right? So if it is present, then what we are required to do next? So now the next thing would be that we would be having answer where we will be making it as 4 because reverse is present. And the next thing is that we are required to directly decrease from this map which is there. Hmm, because we have checked for the same. So that's why now we are directly decreasing from the same. So that's why we will be going like that. Means checking for that if that reverse is present, then we will be adding that particular reverse and that word which is there, and then decrementing that reverse word which was present from that map. Basically, here it is not map, but we are doing it by mapping the words, means reverse and the original word which is there. So that's the thing here. And this answer, int answer equals to 0. That's the thing. And now here, else, if it was not present, so now we are required to add this. Means basically the original which is there. So that we will be adding. So how we are required to add that? We will be adding by this, means W of 0 act as index by uh, subtracting by A, and then W of 1 subtract by A, and then do plus plus. So now that particular is present in that. So that what we are doing at this particular moment. Now comes the part that thus we have checked for that case when that word and its reverse word present. So this is for that case. reverse and original are present. Now comes the part of that edge case, is this edge case which is there. Surely it is a palindrome, but its reverse is present or not present, that is not is what we say, that is not essential. For this edge case, now we will be again traversing the same, or rather, okay, uh, because we are required to check that if that particular string which is there, right? So with that string, the first character and the second character, both of those characters which are there, are they equal or not? So in that context, we are required to check. So for that purpose only, what we can do is, means we will be checking this whole this vector in which is which we have taken. We will be checking this whole, and after checking this whole thing, we will be getting that if a particular letter is being there, whose both of them are equal, then we can increment by 2, and then we are surely going to break out from the same, because we just required only one, not the two of them. Means we in there could be such test case as well. Means then BG and BB could also be present. So in that scenario also, this would be answer, or this would be answer. Means only one of them is required, not both of them. So in that context, we will be going ahead for int I equals to 0, I less than 26, and I plus plus. So here, now we will be checking for that map which is there. So I and I, because both are equal. So if it is present, right? Means if this is there, then we will be just incrementing our answer by 2. And when we do so, we will be breaking out from our solution. And at the end, we are required to just return our answer. So this is what we will be doing here. Oh, let us end this, that if it works or not. Okay, okay. Although we don't require even. And I'm sure about a lot of things. Okay, so let us now submit this as well. Okay, it got accepted. It is not updated because it should update. Yeah, now it got updated. Okay, now comes the part for the time complexity and space complexity. So here you can see that order of n here and order of 26 here. So we are having time complexity here as time complexity order of n plus 26, which one are we equal to 20, order of n only. So this is time complexity, and about the space complexity we are having. Okay, so space we are using this much space only. This auxiliary space is there, so which is one are equal to 26 into 26. That is the auxiliary space which we are using, and any other thing we are not using, which is then directly just equal to order of 1 only. So one more thing. Oh, order of 1. Because there could be a lot of n words, and then instead of 5 words could be there, right? We will be mapping and going right, mapping and going right. So that counts in the 26 into 26 is the space, that is for sure, because we are at max storing 26 only. So this is about the space complexity and time complexity for the same. I hope you like the explanation, and if you have any doubt, because this is live session and I hadn't even if anyone had joined and if anyone have doubt, you can take now. It is not even visible that is it live or not, but it is showing that it is streaming. Okay, no one is having any doubt. So this was all for this particular question. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you could comment